Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Please let me know if the sound is clear. Guys, the sound okay? Yeah, okay, good, great. Okay guys, so we can see now what is going on in the market. The market started this week kind of very optimistic. So it looks like we're gonna see a big rally in the Australian and New Zealand and Canadian and the Dow Jones and the DAX. So there is a big chance that we have a really good week this week, okay guys? So keep in mind in this. If we look here at the indexes, you can see the Australia and New Zealand are really strong. So we know that's Australia and New Zealand like stock time, but they're performing really good. At the same time, you can see Japanese yen is down. What would this indicate you? So if you guys please write in the chat, in the chat here, some answer the question. If you see the Japanese yen really weak, and you see the Australian New Zealand. So if we go here, we have a question about pound Australian. Say I told you before even I opened the chart is I think they're gonna go down a little bit. So this as a continuation signal, but if you take this sell, your stop loss must be here, and there's a big chance in London if the pound will reverse it's gonna head, but if the pound continue to fall, this will be a really good sell. So there is no buy here. If you want to take, either you take a sell with a very small stop loss just at the top of this candle, or you don't trade it, okay? But don't take a buy. There is no buy now. Later on at the end of the week, we may get a buy, maybe. And also if you're gonna buy, excuse me guys, pound franc, possibly at the end of the week would be better. And pound dollar would be better than pound Australia and pound New Zealand, okay? So just, that's what I can see now. I can see a chance if they're coming down, but this is not the best entry, because we have talked about like multiple entries, about those three entries, previous ones here. So, and the system did give a really good signals, and that was fantastic. So this signal was really good, and that signal was good. And if we go down a little bit farther, this signal and that signal, all were fantastic signals, very clear. In 1 hour time frame ABC system, this was like 500 pips. You can see this, that was a sell signal, and this didn't give you a buy, this didn't give a buy. So the system has filters for correction, so you don't get, you know, in bad situation. So good filters. Okay guys, so that's why you want to trade like this. Even this one, if you lose in this one a little bit, what you lose only is like 20 pips or something, not much. Then if you go to the sell, you make like 500 pips. So even the losing trades are very small loss. Okay guys? So we go back to our question here about this, what's going on here. You can see the Australian Japanese yen, fantastic buy. We did talk about this in the weekly forecast, guys. Australian Japanese yen is a good buy. Canadian also yen is gonna fly. Okay, Australian dollars, probably fantastic also, is probably flying. See, it's good buy, guys. This is, you know, this is a good buy. This was the forecast to drop here to here. It's very close. It did come to this area. So if you did catch the buy from here, fantastic. If you didn't, I think you can enter now a good buy here. Okay, guys? So, and your stop loss should be either here, it's whatever you like, or here, okay? Whatever you like, this level or that level. But this will only be a buy. The target should be about 120 pips up, okay guys? The fantastic thing is the Dow. Dow is going really nice, okay? So Australian time, if you want to scalp some stock market or indices, you probably should go to the AUS 200. So if you go here, and any Australian stock that is going good, it's probably a good buy now. Yeah, Australian index, this probably is gonna go really, really nice. See, it's good. Okay, guys, so if you want to take a buy in this one, the signal did start here, so this is a little bit late. You know, this is 56 pips or whatever, but I think it's gonna continue going up. Okay. Gold, there's a chance with this optimistic in the market to go down, guys. So if you want to trade gold, I don't like to trade gold outside New York time. The best gold trade time is New York. Okay, all the big movement in the gold are gonna happen in New York time. Okay, and most of the times there are gonna be a lot of pressures. So the east side of the world, you know, Asian and African a little bit, you know, this culture, they love gold. But in the US, they really don't like gold. They like to invest more. They like the stock more. Okay, unless it's a safe haven and stuff like this. Anyway, so we go back to our question here. What we see is really some good trades going on. So Australian Japanese yen, New Zealand Japanese yen, Canadian Japanese yen, so they are good. Euro Japanese yen also is a good buy, guys. Okay, Australian dollar is a good buy. We talked about this one. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button so the YouTube will spread the video and it will be shown in the pages for more people so they can benefit from this. Okay. Euro franc, it's probably gonna go up, but it's, you know, Euro franc is slow. You have to know this. Okay, so your franc should go up. See, we are talking about this up wave. There is no selling here at all. It's either you buy it or you avoid it. But you can see that was a fantastic sell in the daily, even in the daily time frame. That was a continuous 500 pips down. And if we go here, or just to go for our time frame first, then we go here. Okay, what I want to show you here just we're gonna fix the scale here so it's showing better. Okay, guys. So this is the lowest price in the whole year. So the previous year, you're only about 20% away or 17% away to the lowest price for the whole last year, previous full year, last 365 days. So really, from a price level point of view, is you don't want to sell a price that has dropped already 80% from the high. Do you know what my point is? So we used to be here at some time within the last year. Then the price did drop 80% to here. It did drop 100% first, okay? Then it did bounce 20%. So really, will never be the best sell, even if you're gonna sell it. There is no much room to rally. It did drop so much already. So within the last year, it did drop, you know, 558, 600 pips. And you know, it's slow. We expect the franc to come down because it's a safe haven. And after the coronavirus, there's more people are gonna sell the franc because they don't want to keep the safe haven. They're gonna sell the Japanese yen. They don't want to keep the safe haven Japanese yen. So they are going to be going for the Australian and New Zealand and Canadian. So that's why, and euro also is going to be kind of medium, okay, to a little bit of weakness. But the franc, I expect it to be more weaker than the euro, okay? So Australian, New Zealand, Canadian are going to be the strongest. Euro at the middle, franc and Japanese yen are really, really weak. So this will give you indication it would be a better choice, wiser choice to take this buy. But would you really like to trade something that's going to take forever in this area, ranging forever like this? If you're in a trade and you're asking about it, I'm answering for this purpose. But if you're asking me if you want to trade this buy, for one full year it would drop 500 pips. You can make this in your Australian within 3 days or 4 days. So I would not trade your franc. First of all, the Swiss franc interfere in the market, stock market so much. They're very active in the market. And what have they have done before, taking the market so much down, you know, was unethical and unnice, unkind act. So you never trust them to do it again. So be careful from this. Excuse me. So I would not try to trade euro franc for many purposes. First of all, the euro is not going to be super strong, and the franc is going to be weak, but not like crashing so bad, because there is a little bit of risk still in the market. So euro franc, I think, is going to go up, but super slow and super ranging. So if you would draw the forecasted move of the franc, I would draw a channel like this, and I would say it probably going to go in something like this, up and down, up and down. So I would avoid this for sure. I'm not gonna, invest in something really slow, because what you want is volatility over time. We have talked about this before. So if you draw volatility like this and you put the time down here, okay, let's just get rid of this. Let's get rid of all. So we had talked about this many times, guys. So if you draw the volatility like this and time like that, okay, and you have one trade, let's say Australian Japanese yen, okay, is gonna go 200 pips within 3 days, and you have euro franc, which is gonna go only 100 pips in 20 days. Really, what would you like is to take the 200 pips within 2 days rather than the 20 pips in 20 days, okay? So that's our point. Volatility over time, you want to take what's trending, super trending, high momentum in a very short period of time. You're gonna avoid the range of market. You're gonna avoid the market to stress you and make you do wrong decisions. And that's very important, guys, okay? So I hope this answer was clear to this point. Hi, Carlton. مرحبا بك أخ خالد, حياك الله. Hi, Tabani. So Carlton asking about silver. Silver, I think, is a buy. I didn't even look at the chart yet, okay? So let's see it together. I think it's gonna go up, it's gonna fly up, silver. While the gold may be going down or ranging, the silver should be going up with the economy. Okay, we have talked about this. Is more correlated to the economy. So when you see the economy is going up, it has a little bit more chance of going up with it. So let's just open the chart of the silver right here. See, okay, it's so you can see it's giving a buy a little bit slow, but it would be a buy. The direction would be a buy, would not be a sell. If you trade a smaller time frame, you can see it did give a buy here at that price. Okay, so my look at the silver is a buy. Let's see the high and the low for the last year in the silver, so you know what percentage you are in. See, for the last year, you are close to the top of the price, and the highest price was like it is almost 19. Okay, so the highest price of the year was here, and the lowest was here. Okay guys, so this is the full year price. So you are at the 23.6 Fibo level away from the high. And this probably is going to go up with the economy, but maybe it's not the best long-term buy. Why? Because you're already, for the last year, you're already about 80% up from what has been dropped. So let's say the price was here, it did drop down all the way to that price, and then it did bounce back all the way here. Okay guys? So really, to break the top from the last 365 days, you only get this portion right here. So my view, it's up, okay? And it's possible to break this up and go up. So that was my view at the silver, okay? I hope this will answer the question for you. You're welcome, Stephen. Yahya, salam bro. Okay guys, please don't forget to hit the like button as I said, so the YouTube will be spreading the video so other people who are not members in the channel, they can benefit from it also. So guys, make sure you're in the Dow or the DAX small lot size. Don't ever like gamble or take big lot sizes. You can never trust the market. So make sure you're in the Dow buy for longer term. This is a good buy. Dow Jones. We talked about this. New Zealand guys also is a good buy. Okay. If we remove this and that. So it did make a small correction and it's going up here. That was a fantastic buy from the ABC. We can take another one here, guys. Okay. That we can see another buy right here in the New Zealand dollar. Okay. USD has been a good sell, guys, and I think it's going to continue to come down. So if you want to sell this one, I think is a good sell. However, it dropped a lot, but take small lot size because it's due to correction. But just in case if it doesn't do correction, and that's a chance, I would say 40% chance you don't miss the trade. So just to trade small lot size. By this way, if it does do correction, you're not hurt. You guys, if you're patient enough, we have talked about this sell for so many times. So when you hold the position, you need patience, and we all don't have patience. Let's agree on this. Okay, watch out, this has broken this level right here, and that was a very supportive and strong, like 1 time, 2, 3, almost 4. Once it's broken, retest is like bang. Okay, and this is indication the stock market is gonna go up, guys. The Bitcoin is probably going up also. Yeah, see, after this correction, there is a chance it will go up. Okay. I don't trade Bitcoin, it's just, you know, too risky. Hi Flex. US 30 chart, we're going up, I said, so let's open it together here, right here. So we're done with the silver. Okay guys, we talked about only take a buy signal, only take a buy. Okay, let's look at the bigger time frame here, 4 hour. Make it small a little bit. You can see the price has been ranging forever in this level, right here. Okay, but I would see, and I would say, it did break to the top side and this is gonna fly up. Okay guys, so this is what I can see. I can be wrong, I may be wrong. But this is what I can see. It did break to the upside here, and we're gonna fly up this time, and we're gonna take like about 1,500 points to the upside. possibly to the 26,600 level. Okay, what I can see is we are, and this possibly, so bound Australian is given a sell in the 1 hour time frame from the ABC system. Okay guys, so if you guys remember, we have said take every buy only. If we throw the APCO system, which is really fantastic in trading the, you know, if you trade the 1 hour time frame, you want to take every buy. This buy you take it, this buy here you can take it, you know, that buy here take. And no problem if you avoid some of the sells and you miss the trade, but you don't want to take any sell, because any sell could be correctional. That's why I don't want to take this sell, because it did the reverse. You don't want to take this sell because you're not sure it's gonna go down to that level. So you want to take only the buys. Okay guys, I see this sell. If you did take this sell, then they just make a correction. We're trading small time frames, that's why you're gonna get more signals. So you don't want to take any sell. Forget about any sell in the Dow, only take the buys. Okay guys, did go up a little bit. What could happen in London, New York time, we can get a small down. You may not get it, like to here, okay? Then to this trend line, then we fly up. So only really you want to take only the buys. I'm not saying this have to happen, I'm saying it could happen, it could happen. Okay, so you only take the buy, small lot size, longer term, and you're gonna be in good situation. This is gonna go up sooner or later. If you guys look at the 4 hour time frame here, let's see what's happening in the market first. So Japanese yen has been still strong. Franc probably tomorrow morning is gonna be right here next to Japanese yen being very strong, being very weak. Why? Because it's a safe haven. Okay. So now guys, don't trade dollar yen. Why? Both of them are very weak. So it's probably gonna go down, but it's very slow. It's annoying. So don't go waste your money trading dollar yen. Don't go waste your money trading Australia and New Zealand. Both of them are very strong. What you really want to trade is one from the left side, which is very strong, against something from the right side. So pound yen, I would say a buy. Euro yen is a buy. New Zealand Japanese yen is a buy. Australian Japanese yen is a buy, according to what we have right here. We are just discussing the market here, but really don't take too much trades, because you want to focus in 2 sessions, London and New York. Out of this, you really want to avoid as much as you could, but just some people are awake now, some people will be sleeping in New York or London times. That's why, you know, we make it open a little bit to discuss with more people and you know, more benefit. That's the purpose of the session, really. Eid Mubarak, Ahmed. So Flex, we talked about the Dow, and it's only up. Okay, so I hope the best for you on this one. We have Junior Salman here, Euro bound and Euro yen. Euro bound is probably a sell and Euro yen is a buy, but don't trade Euro bound now. Wait London session. And Euro Japanese yen is a buy. Take it for 100 bips, stop loss like this, and run for 200 or 180 target. You know, this scenario is not too bad. Ahmed Al Khair here, Jazakumullah khairan, Mubarak alaykum. We only think the oil is a buy, okay, longer term is a buy. But, take a small lot size, be in the safe side, don't risk more than 2%. So we did give multiple buys in the oil. Oil longer term or even medium term forecast is going to 45. Okay, you may get some drops here and there, but only a buy. Okay guys, only a buy. Don't sell oil. If you get a sell signal, avoid it. Just don't take it. Let it do the correction so you can get a better price. Okay. Okay guys, one of the important things to know, and this would be something good we discuss together right here. Let's take something like, let's say euro dollar, you know, most popular. And so we already know, we did know about the volatility over time, and that's what you really want to be watching. You want the most volatile, again, is in the least amount of time, and you want to avoid this garbage. You want to avoid all this garbage, which is range and market. This is a garbage market. Okay guys, this is where you're gonna lose your money, in this garbage work here. So if the market is going sideways like this, okay, if something really good and you want to trade and it's volatile, but you just to get in some time, which is fine. Let's say someone loves to trade pound dollar, and the pound dollar is in the correctional phase or is going sideways, and he wants to take the sell. So only focus in one direction. Only take the sell here and take the sell here. Do not keep taking sell and buy and sell and buy. Okay? If your forecast and your analysis is giving you a sell longer term, so for the short term, you take every sell, because you're not sure which one is going to break to the downside. So to get higher probability of success, you want to have every sell to be taken. Hopefully, then the one of them is going to break to the downside, and you're going to be in the run for this one. Some people would like to trade the breakout, so once this range out of it, and you take from here, then you take the sell. This is good, but in one condition. If the range is not too much. So if this range, let's say, is already 400 pips, okay, and you wait for this, after it drops 400 pips, I would say this range was good to trade for the higher volatility of 400 pips. So you would have made money inside the range, taking only one direction. Don't take the buy and the sell and the buy and the sell. Take only one direction, that the longer term forecast. So you listen to some people who talk about forecast and you know the economy of the two countries, then you get the feeling of the market and all that stuff together. You make an idea about the longer term. Then you say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take every single sell in the Euro Australian, because my forecast Euro Australian is gonna go 1.62. So we are still over 500 pips overvalued in Euro Australian. So I'm gonna take every sell. Even if I can see a chance for correction of 200 pips, I'm not gonna jump in. I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm gonna let the price go up. Then when it's coming down, I'm gonna catch it there. Okay? Excuse me. The same scenario for USD CAD. So USD CAD is probably 500 pips overvalued now. So what you want to do is take every sell. Okay, Canadian dollar is a good investment, guys. Canadian Japanese yen, Canadian franc, both of them are buy, and Canadian USD CAD is a good sell. And don't trade Australian, Canadian, New Zealand, Canadian. Avoid them. They're going to be ranging. Is waste of money. Yeah, you may get 150 pips, 200, but it's better to trade the other ones. Okay, like Canadian, Japanese yen, USD CAD. Okay. And if the pound index is going down, it would be a good choice to take the pound CAD sell. So guys, if you are in the sell of USDZAR, and we have said sell about from 18.8, so that's good. So let's say make this 18.4, and this is 17 only, so you can see the chart in the better scale. So guys, if you want to fix the scale in the MT4, you just come click here and you go to this command and go scale fix, and you fix the scale, so the chart will shift up or down to certain limits that you identify which will make it really nice. Also, if you want to scroll the whole chart left or right, there's a little bit arrow at the top here. You go right or left. If you would like the black background, okay, then you can save it. I save it here as APCO, black background, like this. So if some people want to see it in the black, you know, it will be okay. Also, MACD, you can fix up whatever settings you like. You can make it different colors, you know. So it will give you indication. So I can tell this is a continuation of SSL. So I would take it with a small stop loss right here, just in case it does reverse, because we know the price did drop so much already in the big time frame. So if we take this one here again, and we fix the scale because it did move. Just 10.3, okay. So we can see the signal, the system, the previous signal was really good right here. And we did say in the weekly forecast, take only every sell, avoid every buy. So if you did take this sell, was very clear and fantastic. It's going really nice without any drawdown. You're just, once you step in right here, you're in the money, and very small stop loss also. And that's the best way to sell it. So guys, one thing about the system here, if the price does drop, because the arrow will show after the 1 hour close. So if the price did drop so much like this, and the arrow shows up far away from the trend line here, like that, don't enter the trade. It's too late. It's too late. Don't enter like this, okay? The arrow must be very close to the trend line, because for risk to reward, this is the best. If you are here, your stop loss need to be far away. It is not good. So, okay, it did make a correction, nothing changed. It just to come to the trend line, it did touch it, then it did bounce back really nice, okay? It did come here to this trend line. It did go up a little bit, but it's coming back down. But really, for this high volatility, I would take profit right here or right there. I will not wait. This one, if I want to sell again, I will put my stop loss here, okay? But long term down, this is gonna crash so bad, guys. So pay attention. USD ZAR, that has been, and USD Turkish Lira, USD Mexican. 3 of them are good long term investment, but use a small lot size because you must take in consideration the higher volatility in those ones. Okay guys, is there any question about any chart we can look together here? Okay, so you can see this has been building. So longer term, it did break, you guys. You can see this, right? So you can see this very clear, right? It did break from this, this phase right here. So it did break to the upside, which is good. That's what we want to see. Okay guys, so this is a good buy for longer term, and you can see in the MACD also all this was like, a little bit here, it was in this area, it did break to the upside, so it's good. Australian dollar, we talked about this early already. It's a buy. Australian dollar only a buy, Landau. So only buy Australian dollar. That's what we can say. Hi guys, I'm back here. Mr. Maniadi here has a question. He's asking about gold. So gold, really what we want to do, we want to sell it, okay? But we want to sell from or at New York time. We don't want to sell now. Okay guys, so if you want to sell now, take a small lot size, but what we really want to do is we want to sell it New York time. If you want to take this sell, your stop loss should be here, very close here. Okay, on this level or something. So if you take this sell, then your stop loss only $5. And hopefully you can get 17-18, so you can get 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. So if you take the sell of the gold, that should be your stop loss and that should be your profit. The best time to trade gold is in the New York session. There will be a lot of volatility in the dollar index, which influence the movement of the gold. As we all know, the gold is valued by the dollar. So if the dollar is moving, it's for sure affects the gold movement. So a fall in the dollar most likely will cause a rise in the gold and vice versa, but not all the times, because also gold is seek as a safe haven. So if there is a fear in the market and the stock's fallen down, excuse me, okay. So if there is a fear in the market and the stock market's going down, we can see the gold is rising as a safe haven. Also the Japanese yen and Swiss franc are gonna follow the gold. So you can see those Japanese yen is getting weak at the same time the gold is falling. Swiss franc also is getting weak. So you can say that gold, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, most of the times are gonna be going the same direction, but not all the times. I hope this answer will cover your question here. We know this time of the market is not the greatest to trade and there is no much movement. So we're just, showing you guys the system and we can discuss the market as overall. But the best to trade actually will be in London session and New York session. So don't get too heavy at the beginning of the market. And also there's the first day of the week and they still have many days to come. So. So you can see the market, nothing really is very strong. All the market is kind of slow. So there's not the greatest time to trade, you guys. You're welcome, Mr. Manieri. Okay guys, thank you for the likes, that's really nice support for the channel. So please, if you do have any question about anything we can discuss either now or for long term, please go ahead, or if you do have any questions overall. Otherwise, we can discuss about the effect of the coronavirus in some currencies, and we can have an overall understanding of what happened at the coronavirus time. So if I can see no questions, then I'm just going to go forward with explaining about the effect of the coronavirus time. Okay, so we want to see something happen here at that time. So if we go and we open the SPX, which is the strongest index in the world, and we just to go clear, we're gonna have a clear template, nothing in it. And we're gonna open some of these ones. We're gonna open the Canadian index, we're gonna open the Australian index, and we're gonna open the New Zealand index. Okay guys? And we're just gonna, for easy, we're gonna make it clear. We're not gonna use any indicators by any means. So please focus with this, because this is really important to understand how the market moves. So if we go to the daily, at that time right here, that was all the time high. And you can see this was trending very slow, correct? So that was going in a channel, up and down. You can drop this a little bit here. Every time it comes to support line, and even a narrow channel. And if we just open another, anything here, and you go, and just like clear. So guys, this is important to understand. So the price, everyone was optimistic about the economy. The unemployment rates in the US is going really good. We hit like 3.5% unemployment rate, which is a record high in 50 years. So that was fantastic. Unemployment worldwide also was doing good, and the Eurozone is not too bad. There was some problems in the Eurozone, for a little bit of a while it was Italy and Spain and Greece before. Some internal problems in the budget and all that stuff, but nothing really major. The UK got out. That was a little bit of weakness to the Union, but also still. They were just fighting to get each one to get a good deal for. The UK was trying to get a really good deal for the people, and that's what they want to do. And if you are a leader, that's what you have to do for your people. You have to fight for your people's rights, and you can try to get the best for them, which is understood. And the European Union, they don't want to give the full piece of cake to the UK, because if this happens, then next day France is going to say, you know what, if I can get what the UK did get, mine as well. And that will break the EU badly. So they had to show that if you're going to get out from the Union, you're going to lose. Okay? So that's why the Prime Minister, the ex-Prime Minister, she did resign, and the new Prime Minister came in, and he did bargain with all that stuff and got the UK out, and they're going through, trade deals and all that stuff. Things are going smooth, I think. Then comes this virus, the coronavirus. So it started in China, as we all know. So once it started in China, so let's just go with events. Okay, so right here, if we type down, so just together, we're thinking together. So Corona started in China. Okay, that's number one. Okay, after this, what happened? You know, if I can, oh, it's gonna be pain. Let's just leave it here. We all know the Chinese economy. China is the factory for the world, okay? You always hear this word, China is the world factory. What does this mean? This basically means many Americans, so many US and European Union, plus, you know, multi countries, factories are in China. Why is this? Because the raw material is available and the labor is cheap, and what the Chinese economy did do to support this was massive. And you know, where you can get everything, like let's say someone in the US, I'm not sure you guys if you use Walmart more or other malls, but I know, and you know, it's probably the most used. So if you would have the choice to go shopping in multiple places, and each single store you have to look for something from the list that our wives send us with, you know, then this is a headache. But if you can go to the mall, if you can go to Walmart, and within 15-20 minutes you can shop for everything close to each other, and the prices are guaranteed to be the lowest, you know, and they also have this matching. So if you can find the price elsewhere cheaper, you can go to them and say, I want to match. Then they must match the price with the, you know, outside price. So they guarantee to be competitive, and you get good customer service, and you get everything available. And even in Walmart, if you get something below $10 and the price was written wrong, and you go to customer service, let's say you grab a can of pasta and it says, you know, $2, and you go to the customer service and the price actually is like $3, they will give it to you for free. They will not even charge you the $2. They will not charge you the minimum number. They will give it to you for free. This is the policy in Walmart. So many factories in the world are located in China. Also the Chinese, they do have a lot of their own factories, and they produce and they send everything worldwide. So expansion or spreading of the virus will make China shut down a lot of places. Also every other country is, you know, important stuff from China, they have to close. They have to slow down. They have some fears that the virus is gonna, you know, spread through this transmission issue. However, health-wise, this was not, you know, confirmed. Anyway, so China had to shut down or slow down big time. The question here, what currencies would strongly be affected by the Chinese economy closing down or shutting down or slowing down? Okay guys, please answer this in the comment section. What currencies are gonna be affected the most from shutting down the Chinese economy? Yes, they have, I think it's a Memorial Day in the US, I believe, so it's a holiday. If I'm not mistaken. I know tomorrow's off in the market. Okay, Mr. Monty here, he said New Zealand. And Dave said Japanese yen. Monty again said Australian. So he's possibly meant Australian then New Zealand. Mr. Kenwar said Japanese yen. Standard, Mr. Bender said Australian, New Zealand. So both of you guys are right, Australian, New Zealand. Okay, there is one more. There is one more currency. One more currency is going to be affected. So we've got, everybody's trying. Good job for everyone. So far, we've got 60% of the full answer, Australia and New Zealand. So we're waiting for one more. Yeah, both. One more currency. One more currency is going to be affected badly. It's not Japanese yen, something else. Okay. So we do have, yes, exactly, CAD. Good answer. Good job. So Australia, New Zealand, and CAD. A euro will probably be a little bit strong, will not be weak. So what I meant is by really strong, by really, really weak. So what I meant is something really, really is gonna be weak, okay? Yes. So Japanese yen and franc are gonna be affected, but they're not gonna be affected in a weakness way. They're gonna be affected in strength. Okay, they're gonna get stronger, correct? Because they're gonna be a safe haven. So in here, so we say that China affects AUD and let's make it end like this, and New Zealand and CAD. Okay. So why would it affect the Australia and New Zealand? So AUD and New Zealand, because, so please tell me why it would drop, why the Australia, New Zealand, Canadian are gonna crash with the Chinese economy crashing. Yes, Mr. Monty, they're gonna be strong. So why the Australia and New Zealand are gonna be crashing? I'm waiting for an answer here, please. Yes. So Australia sends a lot of raw material to China. Yes, exactly, guys. Yes, that's true. China has a big investment in Australia. Okay. Yes, also good answer, guys. Perfect, perfect. So, because China imports raw material. So if China's shutting down, they're gonna slow down this. So this is gonna affect Australia and New Zealand big time, and Australia and New Zealand are gonna get sold off. Okay, so Australia and New Zealand are gonna get sold off. And oil, so we know the CAD affects oil. And if China shutting down, so, and the whole world is shutting down, but I'm saying now for China, this means oil demand is down. So, oversupply with less demand, oil crash, Canadian crash with it. Okay, guys? So we know China affects Australia, New Zealand, Canadian. The Canadian affected by the oil. So if China shutting down, the oil demand is going down, and at that time we had another scenario where Saudi Arabia did push so much for oil war, and then the oil crashed so bad. That's why the Canadian was super crushed, more than the Australian and New Zealand. And those three currencies are related or influenced by commodities, like, you know, raw material like copper, like iron, like, you know, gold a little bit, like oil. So they are related to the economy. If the economy is going good, and China is importing a lot of material, then you're going to see the Australian and New Zealand, Canadian going up. Okay, so we said Australia and New Zealand because China imports all of this. So what do you expect? So coronavirus. So corona spread. This will make China shut down. So really AUD and New Zealand and CAD crash. Okay guys, we all agree on this. Sorry, I put this in the wrong place. Let me take a copy here. Okay. So let's look at this. Yes, no demand for commodities. Mr. Bender, you got that right. Yes, okay. Okay guys. So let's look at this, New Zealand. Well, let's first see SPX. There's something called, in the psychology, it's very hard to convince you to invest. But once you invested, and if I tell you you're going to lose your money, you're going to sell very fast. Because we, as human beings, we are okay with losing a good investing opportunity. But we are not okay with losing our money or losing the profit we have made. Okay? We're gonna act very, very fast if someone is gonna tell you, you know, by the new piece of land you did buy, the city is gonna build a new sewer line and it's gonna be open. This is gonna crash your piece of land price. It's gonna kill it. So you're gonna go quickly and you're gonna sell this piece of land to get rid of it before it becomes worthless. And that's why in the stock market, it did take that time, okay, to go up that much. So, excuse me, in 95 days, up by 560 pips. So, you guys, this is really, really important. So, in 95 days, we're up by, I don't remember, 650 or 560 is not a big matter. Let's double check. Yeah, 560. Okay? So in 95 days, you're up 560 pips. Why? Because it's very hard. I come to you and convince you, you say, oh, you know, John, there's a really good opportunity to buy this piece of land. The price is going to go up. You know, man, someone bought a piece of land last year in the same area. It was 20,000, now it's 25. John's going to start thinking about it. Maybe this guy, you know, is trying to rip me off, or if he knows him really well, say, you know what, maybe someone fooled him, or maybe it's too late to get to this buy, you know. Maybe the price is not going to do the same thing that happened last year. Maybe it's not going to be worth the investment. Maybe I can invest my money somewhere else. But once you are invested in, and your money is in the market, and you hear about any rumor that is going to influence something and is going to crash, you're going to get out so fast. That's why the sell-off happens. If we go look at the sell-off here, this did crash $1,221 days. Okay? So in 21 days, 1,200 down. You can see the huge difference in 95 days, which is about like more than 3 months. And if you take off the Friday and or the weekends, then you're gonna be about 4 months. Exactly, almost 4 months. In 4 months, you're 560. So if you divide this by 4, let's say you're 140. So in 1 month, per month, so that was only almost 150 per month up. Just to get you an idea, if you make this for 20 days, okay, it's just to compare to this number, this will be probably take third of this number, which is 140 by 3 divided by 3. Oh, let's say about 100, approximately. So this did move 100 in each 21 days, and that sell off in the same period of time, it did move 12 times more. So the sell off is 12 times more stronger, or 12 times stronger than the buy. So the statistic that you're gonna act for the sell because you're scared you're gonna lose money is 12 times more than you're gonna buy. And the price is gonna drop 12 times more than what is gonna rise in the sell-off scenario. Okay, guys? So the sell-off is really fast, it's crash, it's super bad. So yes. Is there any question so far, guys, about what we're just discussing right now? Please, if there are any question or comment, type it down. Okay? So you now, in numbers, the crash 12 times faster than the rise in the sell-off. So really, what you have made in 95 days has gone down in half of this time, even less than half, in quarter of this time. Okay, guys? In 6 days. So this take 95 in 10 days, guys. So if you take 10 days, it's going to be about the 600 here. So whatever did go up in 95 days, it did come down in 10 days. Okay? The same amount you were down here was in 10 days. Actually, it's even less than that, but let's say 10 days, 11 days, exactly. It's going the same level. Okay. You can see the Australian index. Unbelievable. At the same time, the start of the crash right here of the stock market was the coronavirus. It did crash so bad. Okay, guys? It did crash so bad. So that's the index, guys. That's the index, not Australian dollar. That's the index, which is take the average of everything against Australian and measures Australian. So you can see the Australian was sold off so bad. The same scenario for New Zealand. So just don't take too much time. That was super crash. Sorry, guys, I'm in a public place, so if you hear some noise and stuff. So that was a super crash. So it did crash so bad right here. But you can see the Australian did perform better than the New Zealand and Canadian. See, it did rise really nice here. And this could be because the Central Bank of Australia did act the same thing also because China did reopen, and when China did reopen, the most influenced by the Chinese economy out of those three we talked about is the Australian. Okay, guys. So Australian is the most influenced by the Chinese, more than the Canadian and more than the New Zealand. So that could be why the Australian dollar did recover faster than the New Zealand. Okay, that's why you can see New Zealand is still in this range and area. It did recover a little bit, but we're still below that area where it was before the coronavirus here. Okay, so really what should happen is they recover a little bit more over time to go back up here. Guys, my mouse battery is dead. I have to change it. Yeah, perfect. Okay guys, so you can see this, the New Zealand has been like going sideways, but possibly what could happen if there is no second round in the coronavirus, this is hard to determine. If there is no one, then this should go up, and this will offer a continue of a buy in the New Zealand against some other currencies like Japanese yen or franc or dollar. Okay. And also the Australian did go up a little bit too high, is reaching those two levels here. So really at that price, you would think that the Australian would, if it does go up this way, this will be the ultimate goal. I don't think it's gonna go any further than this. At that time, we should get a correction down here, okay? To start a correctional wave, about 3 weeks correctional wave before it does break to the upside, possibly, okay? That could be the scenario that happen if there is no second round. The Canadian still offer a really good opportunity because really it didn't break this at all. You can say this is not broken yet. That's why, excuse me guys, that's why you can see there was a big rally in the Australian dollar, but the USD CAD is still hanging over there at the 1.4 level. But over time, the USD CAD should be crashing when this does break to the upside. As long as there is no other coronavirus and the oil doesn't go down, over time this should go up, not down. Okay, this should break to the upside, and this will offer a good opportunity in buying the Canadian, Japanese yen, Canadian franc, selling the USD CAD. So far, guys, is this simple? Okay, cool. So we can continue here. Okay, so now we did learn that the corona started in China, factory for the world, with many US companies plus European Union and other multi-countries. Factories are in China. China affects the Australian the hardest, the New Zealand and Canadian. And the reason for this is because China imports raw material from Australia and New Zealand, and the Canadian is affected by the oil. Then China shutting down, this will make the oil demand is going down. Okay, so the spreading of the coronavirus will make China shut down, and the Australian, New Zealand, Canadian crash so bad. That's why at that time, if you guys were following, I have said many times in the videos that the Australian and the New Zealand are gonna get crushed. And this was at the start of the coronavirus time. Actually, if you go to the weekly forecast, which I think is like February 27th, when it starts with some questions, is the coronavirus is gonna make the stock market crash? And the answer was possibly yes. That was a good indication that the Australian and New Zealand Canadian are gonna get crushed, and that's why you should only be selling them, because they are commodity currencies, and this will make them, go down so bad. Okay. So every time there is a crash in the market, you should be only looking for the Australian and New Zealand Canadian to sell them with a sell signal and your strategy and everything. But that's overall. At the other side, what would you expect to be going up? What will go up? Okay, what other currencies will go up? Okay guys, from the 7 indexes, we have said that Australian, New Zealand, Canadian are gonna go down when China shut down the factories and spread of the coronavirus. We are remained with Japanese yen and franc and dollar and euro and pound. What do you think is gonna be very, very strong at that time? Please write your answer in the chat room. So we do have one answer here, says JPY and franc. Excuse me, guys. Okay, guys. So that was the right answer. Japanese yen and Swiss franc are gonna be seeked as a safe haven. That's perfect answer, actually. Okay. So Swiss franc and JPY will be very strong. Historically, they have been seeked as safe haven. Also, the dollar was signaled as safe haven, but it was sold off after. Also, guys, there's a story about the gold here. So gold will be up or down in Corona time. Excuse me, guys. So the Corona will be up or down in the time. Yeah, gold did fall, so whoever from you guys, I don't remember the name, but excuse me, whoever asked about the gold for the sell, and we said to sell this one from here, but we stop this here and target here. So it did drop a little bit. Okay, guys, and watch out, guys, you must be in this probably. We talked about this earlier. This long term is gonna go up good time, but possibly best time to trade is in the New York time, okay? Because this is a big movement is gonna be there, but this is good long term. Also, the DAX is really good long term. So if you go here and put the DAX. Okay, long term, this is a good buy, guys. Just, you know. Okay, so we go back. Let's just look at the market for a little bit here. You can see there's no big numbers. There's nothing really 5 or 6. So the market is really, really slow. That's why we don't recommend to trade at that time. Okay? It's not worth your time and effort. So the momentum, if any trend, is going to be really weak. Unless there is something out of the ordinary, like a war or something, or a virus or something like this. But in normal times, this is not the best time to trade. So the bulk of the money would be in London or in New York. Okay, guys? So you can see. And that also is very good to make you hold yourself from just throwing a trade and you're not sure about it or you don't know about it. So market scanner will make you have a lot more tools than anybody else in the market compared to someone who's just looking at, you know, black and white chart with like 15 indicators put in it. Will make you for sure have a lot more tools to trade and understand the market. So what it does do for, you know, our new people here, just to give you all the indexes here, what is really strong against what is really weak, you know, then it tells you what to trade. And we recommend not to trade at that time at all. We recommend only to trade in London and New York. And New York is the best. Okay, at that time the momentum of the trend is going to be clear, and you can take really, really good trades very quick out of the market within the day and get out with good profit. So you will focus on 1 or 2 trades in the day with a good momentum or good trend. You go in the right direction and you just make your money and you get out of the market. Okay? So going back here, so this franc and yen will be very strong. What about gold? Okay, guys, gold was supposed to go up and did go up a little bit, but did crash later with the Bitcoin. And what was the reason for this? So gold first did go up with the coronavirus. Then later on, if we look at the gold here, the daily, you can see the gold. It did rise a little bit first here. Okay, then it did crash so bad, and that it did go from 1730 to 1450, and that was a huge crash. So can you please tell me the reason for this? Why the gold did crash? And that was not expected. The gold was supposed to go up. The same thing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was supposed to go up. Okay. In the daily, guys, this looks like a little bit of reversal here, okay? If you look at the daily, this candle and the previous candle looks like it also here, you know. So there's a potential for gold to go down in this area a little bit. I would say if you go on 45 degree, at least to go down to here, to 1600 level. For a little bit, you know, let's say within a month or so, there's a potential for the gold to come $120 down. Potential, okay? Anyway, so let's go back to our question. Why the gold did fall? So guys, I'm gonna type the question here, why? Yes, Aman thing, I think I get what you mean. So what Aman is trying to say here, what he's trying to say is, if you invested in the stock market with 20% of your investment bucket, and you invested 20% in the gold, then you notice that as a fund manager, those 20% in the stock were gone and you lost them. Would you go back to your investors and you say, you know what, overall we lost so much in the stock market and we have open buy in the gold and we left it as is? Of course not. So they had to close their gold positions big time to take profit. So when multiple big hedge funds did this, and the price of the gold started to fall down, it did cause a sell-off in the gold to everyone else. Also, some of the funds, they had a margin problem, because if the stock market is going down so bad and they don't want to close those positions because they know it's going to go back up, or they want to wait and buy from lower price to average it at the middle, and they don't be in a bad situation. So the margin is not going to hold for all of this. So quickly, to not cause a margin problem, they had to close all the gold positions. So the liquidity purpose, people needed the money, so that they closed the gold. For margin problem, they closed the gold position. That's why the gold, it did crash completely unexpected, okay? Was very expected that, was very, very expected that gold will go up, not down. Okay, and that's why we always say don't trade the forecast, trade the market. That's why we make tools like the market scanner to scan the market and tell you what's going on and we have multiple systems like ABC or APCO. So when you see something's going down, don't go and buy it. You either sell it or don't trade like this. So good answer, buddy. Good job. Okay, guys, I think that was like 2 hours so far in the live chat now. So I'm not gonna give you guys a headache more than this. So hopefully in London time and New York, possibly tomorrow we can get back to the market. I don't think there's gonna be any much movement within today. So because of, the market is kind of closed. So we're gonna hopefully see you guys tomorrow in some live chats, and we can, talk together a little bit, look at some of the charts. Thank you guys for listening and for the beautiful chat we've had here and discussion. And have a wonderful day to all. If anyone would like to download the market scanner or the APCO or the ABC systems or any other system, please visit our website www.Fxmarketstrategy. Also, we have a lot of free indicators and experts. We have a lot of free material, so you guys are welcome to download the free stuff. Most welcome for this. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.